Exclusive update tonight on a little boy nearly beaten to death, allegedly at the hands of his mother's boyfriend. After days on a ventilator, he's now awake. Local 10's Rosh Lowe is live in North Miami Beach, and Rosh, his family is calling this nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah, in fact, early this morning we spoke with the grandmother, and she said, you know what, Rosh, I want to show people this miracle. There were a lot of people invested in this story who followed this story last week just because the allegations were so heartbreaking. Now a piece of good news for this family, as this little 6-year-old boy opens his eyes, and it's on video.
When your local 10 viewers see this, you are seeing a miracle.
For the first time, his family says this 6-year-old boy with autism opens his eyes after police say he was brutally beaten.
And yesterday he did open his eyes, and it was the most amazing, powerful, and it's all the community.
Police say his mom's boyfriend, 34-year-old Daniel Eduardo Romero, caused bleeding in the little boy's brain, liver, kidney, and spleen lacerations, and broke his shoulder. Investigators say it all happened at a North Miami Beach home off Northeast 15th Avenue last week.
Mason was unresponsive for 30 minutes. So this person should get, the maximum.
Elizabeth Garcia is the maternal grandmother.
I have temporary custody of all 3 children.
Romero, who was not the boy's father, claimed the child fell off the bed, but when his condition got worse, they called paramedics. Romero told Mason's mom to tell authorities he fell off a bike. The boy went into cardiac arrest, say police had no pulse when first responders arrived. But now Elizabeth wants to share these videos with the public. So much hope in a little boy's eyes.
She was just worshiping and praying, and we all started praying, and we were just declaring that he was going to wake up from this, and he did. So this is a miracle. If you've never seen a miracle, this was a miracle.
Family says it's a miracle, still a long road ahead of this little boy, but I'll tell you something, they are just so grateful he opened his eyes, and they wanted to share it with you, our local 10 viewers. In the meantime, a GoFundMe has been set up for this little boy, for the family. They're going to need a lot of help. That information's on our website. We're live tonight in North Miami Beach. I'm Rosh Lowe, Local 10.
Hello and welcome back, Pillow Talkers. We spill the tea that everyone tries to hide. No gossip is off limits, no truth is untold. Grab your pillow and watch the stories unfold. Some stories sit heavy on your chest, and this is one of them. Little Mason, a child, a baby, someone who should have been worrying about cartoons, snacks, and bedtime stories. Instead, he was fighting for his safety. Reports say Mason was brutally beaten by his mother's boyfriend, someone who was allowed into his home, someone who was supposed to be an adult, a protector. Instead, he became the danger. Doctors reportedly noticed injuries that no child should ever have. Injuries that don't happen by accident. Injuries that force authorities to step in. And I just keep thinking, how scared was he? Who did he call out for? Did he think someone was coming to save him? That's the part that breaks you. Children don't choose who their parents date. They don't choose who moves into their home. They trust the adults around them because they have no choice but to. Elizabeth Garcia is Mason's grandmother, who has been supportive and fighting to get justice for Mason since the very beginning.
Just over here in downtown, making sure my voice is heard. Justice for Mason. I'm not gonna stay silent. So best believe they better buckle up because they messed with the wrong grandmother.
Even Mason's great-grandparents came to visit and offer support. His classmates even put together a video to support Mason's in his journey for recovery.
You move, Mason. Love you so much.
Oh. They're so cute.
Hi, it's Lucia. Feel better, Mason.
Look, he can his eyes. He knows.
Play it again. Wait, you want to see it again? I'm going to show you the girls after.
Hi, Mason. It's me, Ocean. I hope you feel better. Bye. I love you. Hi, Mason. I miss you. I love you. I will be your protection.
Oh, Murphy.
I'm always going to be your protection.
Oh, so cute.
Okay, feel better. Feel better soon. Hi, Mason.
Murphy.
See you soon. Johnson, it's you move, Mason. Love you so much.
He burped.
Mason, everybody is praying for you, Mason. Mason, we love you so much. We can't wait for you to start doing your karaoke. Mason, Grandma loved that baby so much. Grandma gonna keep that baby safe. I promise you, Mason. Grandma gonna be there for you always. Grandma's never gonna let nobody ever hurt you again, okay, baby? Grandma love you. Grandma's so sorry. Grandma's here. Grandma gonna keep you safe, okay, Mason? Grandma love that baby. You get better, okay? So Grandma's gonna take you home with her. You going home with Grandma, okay, baby?
And when the trust is broken in the worst way, it changes everything. This isn't gossip. This isn't content. This is a reminder. A reminder that children are vulnerable. A reminder that bringing someone into your home is not just about love, it's about safety. A reminder that ignoring red flags can cost more than feelings. Little Mason deserved protection. He deserved safety. He deserved to feel secure in his own home.
Mírame a mí, recuerda el güiro. Que tú tocabas.
Yo la casa tocaba güiro. Te gustaba el güiro de este que no es güiro barato.
Y tú querido, yo te bendigo. Papá Dios te va a cuidar. Papá Dios sabe lo que hace. Cuidarla contigo. En todo momento. Ok, papá. Ok.
The grandmother states that the hospital isn't doing everything there is to do for Mason, and they're not doing their job. And because of that, Mason is suffering.
So I have been at the hospital all night with Mason. They're out there discussing whatever they need to discuss. But I'm going to tell you this, they better get it right. They better get it right. So they were supposed to give him this machine that night that they took him off the ventilator. Every 4 hours. Every 4 hours, they were supposed to give him this machine. And it breaks down the secretion in his chest. And they did not. I asked the nurse that was in charge at that time, hey, no one has come to treat my baby. Then, day 2 in the morning, that's when the doctor came. And he was having some distress in breathing. But he had a lot of secretion. Because again, no one came to give him this machine. Right? Next day, they were supposed to come every 4 hours. They were taking their time. I saw the doctor was hesitant on like, hey, we need to make sure he gets it right on time. They said that they had another child in critical condition, and they were all focused on that. And I said, we are in critical. We're in the PIC, pediatrician ICU. They're all critical. Then they told me that they had to put the ventilator back in. Then the next morning, they're like, oh, he may have a tube in his throat, and he may have to have a feeding because we're concerned. When they had their rounds and their meeting, I told them absolutely not will you put a tube in my grandson's throat, nor a feeding tube, without doing therapy first. And if that was your solution, I need my grandson transferred. I spoke to the head individuals of RT, respiratory therapy, and I voiced my concerns. Mason has his eyes open, and when I talk to him, I feel that he is cognitive. And I'm saying this to say is that if you don't stay on top of people, they're not going to take care of your own. And I've been here all night. I woke up at 3 and I got ready, and I've been praying since 3 to this time. And they're out there discussing Mason. Is 9/19, and today is the second day. I've asked for an RT. I have not gotten an RT, a respiratory therapy, to help Mason out for his CPT. They're telling me the next door that there's another, that both RTs had to go next door to assist one patient, and they know how severe this is for my grandson. And I'm actually attached here because I have to charge, and I am here waiting for an RT that was supposed to come at 8 every 4 hours, and I couldn't even find a charge nurse. I'm writing this because I'm going to discharge my grandson out of this hospital. I am not getting the support that I needed for him. Everything is an excuse, and I'm letting you know this. And I want you to put this down because I'm discharging my grandson out of here tomorrow.
So the hospital, which is named Holtz Hospital, said that his lungs was too weak and he had a lot of secretion on his lungs. And a grandmother didn't know how to transfer him out, and she asked, how do you start the process?
February 26th, Thursday, 1:27 p.m. Just spoke with the doctors. They said that Mason has a severe brain damaged, basically a vegetable state. In order for him to survive, he'll need a trach and a feeding tube for the rest of his life. So I'm stuck with a horrible decision to make to see if I want my grandson to live on a trach or feeding tube. Because they said that he has zero awareness. That's what they say. I don't know. So they're saying if I don't do the trach and he has a storm, he can pass away.
Mason's family has decided to say goodbye. Many have stated that they went through similar situations with loved ones and that they was able to pull through. So I asked, and I figure all of us asked for prayers for Mason to pull through.
So we are here at the hospital. So update. Today is Thursday, 11:31 p.m. And so with the doctors, we decided as a family that we won't resuscitate Mason if he needs to, because at this point, Mason has brain damage that is irreversible. Just brain damage to the brain where he's not going to be able to have the quality of life that he deserves and that he was robbed from. Tomorrow, the doctors will make it comfortable for Mason, and then Mason will decide when he will pass on. So I can't believe that I have to say goodbye to my grandson.
If you ever see something that doesn't look right with a child, speak up. If you hear something that doesn't sound right, report it. If your gut tells you something is off, don't ignore it. Because one call can change the outcome of a child's life. Prayers for Mason and justice for what he endured.